If you and Vanilla play some Dress to Impress, my wife will lose her mind. I've never played it. Go to Germany, you will lose so much weight. Yeah, no way. No way. Unkbot unlocked for sure. Trump to patrol DC tonight. Never a slow news day with my guy. Mark Ruffalo being based on threads. Yeah, I'll get to all of it. Don't you worry. God damn, dude. All right, let's blast off real quick. And let's get it twisted. Let's get it going. Hold on. Do you do bulking cutting cycles? No, I've never been able to successfully pull off a bulk. That's an issue for me. When I'm bulking, I'm not doing it deliberately. You know what I mean? It's not happening for good reason. Okay. All right. New IDF leak shows Israel killed 83% civilians. Israel tries to bring back 65K reservists as genocide intensifies in Gaza City. Try reverse Nordic curls for your knee. Mine has never felt better. I do. Chris says overzealous on a stream earlier, but I didn't catch it. Oh, damn. For what it's worth, I'd kill for your ability to eat. I'm hard stuck at 152. My ability to eat is the grass is always greener, chatter. It's not necessarily my ability to eat, although I do have that ability. It's also how much I keep on, you know? Since it's not going to be today, right? No, it's going to be tomorrow. Happy 8/21. For all of those of you who celebrate. Okay. Happy 8/21 for those of you for those of us who celebrate. Some of the best and brightest in here. No Twitch notification, no Discord notification. Yeah, I wanted this to be a secret stream. Venezuela invasion? Question mark. And then there was some other stuff that I was going to talk about. Trump plans to patrol of DC. Census tomorrow. Annual census tomorrow. Chad Vice this weekend. When is Chad Vice? This weekend. I'm gonna set up the exact time. I got some banger guests lined up too. I got some crazy stuff this week and this upcoming week. I'm going to Michigan for the People's Conference, as you guys know, at the end of next week. And I have the Beast from the Middle East, Mr. Beast himself, not Jimmy Donaldson, the Beast from the East. He's a Dr. Mo. He's a doctor who went to Gaza. He was on Piers Morgan's show as well. He's going to be in the building. I'm going to have him here. I also am planning on potentially doing like a Dean, the TikTok debate, Spider-Man Dean, to talk to him about to go through some of the talking points that Charlie Kirk has been deploying and that he hears from MAGA supporters, because he's Mr. Hog Wrangler. Motherfucker. old. He has gray hairs. I am old, man. But I don't even know if I have gray hairs because I'm old or if I have gray hairs because I deal with you children and adults that behave like children. Yes, Minneapolis visit for Omar Fateh is also in the works. And also Grant Planter or Platner, however you say it. I'm going to go shuck some oysters. Okay, that's also in the works. Trust. We got hella shit. Okay, we got a lot. We got a lot in the works. Don't you worry. I've also been talking to Jose Andres as well. But I don't know what we're going to do on that front. You don't even eat seafood, bro? I would eat seafood in honor of the situation, okay? In honor of like going to Maine and doing all that. I will eat seafood just for the occasion, okay? Jose Andres, the friend of Israel. Yes. All of you need to fucking shut the fuck up. Okay? Shut up. Dude's in Gaza. Okay? He's got many aid workers that work in Gaza directly. If I have an opportunity to work with him, I'm gonna take it. Shut your bitch ass mouth up. I don't care. You complain about it all day. Okay? Dude's got active kitchens in Gaza right now. Stop it. We're not doing this. Anyway, it's like when I was trying to do an interview with Obama and everyone was like, well, he's a war criminal, bro. It's like, okay, just like let me do my thing. Okay, calm down. I haven't even done anything yet and people are already chirping. All right, anyway, happy 821. There's a lot of new people in this community. Many post October 7 leavers, returners, enjoyers. So for those of you who don't know the lore of 821, let me explain to you. On the faithful afternoon of August 20th, 2019, I famously was reacting to Daniel Jedediah Crenshaw, Texas District 2. Ironically enough, also gerrymandered to look like an eye patch. Very strange, I know. Anyway, he was on the Joe Rogan Experience. He was having a back and forth. And this was in the process of him actually actively trying to continue sending weapons to Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia was in the process of doing a genocide in Yemen. Bernie Sanders had come out with a veto, or not a veto necessarily, but a denial of weapons transfers to Saudi Arabia, citing human rights concerns. Dan Crenshaw was vetoing that, okay? And he was on the Joe Rogan Experience advocating for why he was vetoing that, among many other things. Joe Rogan asked him about 9/11 and many other things, and Dan Crenshaw, who had already personally experienced his own version of like going over there and fighting, okay, said they hate us because they ain't us, which of course zapped my brain, my soul, my consciousness, and I responded with the famous words, America deserved 9/11. Okay? Those were the famous things that I said. I said some other stuff as well. Which of course kick-started the process. Do we even have like a short explainer of that saga? I feel like there's gotta be an Austin Ox video or something. August has always been a famous, notorious month for me. That's usually when I get canceled every year. I don't know why. The month of August is always tumultuous. That was my first big massive cancellation. I of course was talking about blowback and American intervention in the region, inevitably leading to a devastating and very violent retaliation by people who we had armed and trained, as a matter of fact, forces that we used against the Russians in Afghanistan to draw them into a long, convoluted conflict in Afghanistan that would inevitably end the USSR. Russia's very own Vietnam. Okay, that was the point. But of course, as always, should have chosen my words carefully, and I didn't. 2019 was the year. People have still refused to let this go. They still try to fucking vilify me over this, even though it's very stupid, very dumb. It's already totally past that point. But I was definitely vindicated in 2021 in the 20th anniversary of the Afghan invasion, where a lot of documentaries basically came out spelling out exactly what I was saying in 2019. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Once again, right, but too early. Doesn't matter. People never let that kind of thing go. But many of you don't know this, but like Austin Ox is a OG memer in this community, OG vegan memer. Before he became my nightmare, my mortal enemy, and also editor to many in the space, including but not limited to Boy Boy, of course. Yeah. So, what is this? What happened to his eye? A tier? Okay, this guy?
No shot. What happened to his eye?
I guess back, bro, you know what? I look at like all the zoomers, right? All the zoomer content creators now, like phase boys and stuff, doing girl content. Like I was doing girl content. The OG girl content was me bringing girls over to basically show them Joe Rogan videos. That's it. Hold on. And Hasanabi Productions was farming? Yeah.
What happened to his eye?
Adapting his COD videos? Yeah. Oh my god.
What?
What happened to his eye? You're probably wondering how we got here. Dude, look, but let me tell you. AI voice was. Out here in the fields. Wait, is this an 820? Oh, this is the 821 video. Okay. Challenges the debate for second eye is the funniest thing in this vid. Bring the painted nails back? Maybe. Kindly, can we blast off? Don't mean to sound like a bozo. I already did, chatter. I don't know if anyone showed you this, but he said it too. I ain't sending this again. What is this? Who is this? Who is this? This person said, and I'm supposed to believe the U.S. didn't deserve 9/11. What? Throwback to 2008? Dealing with Baghdad morning traffic, you could point a 240B, M250 cal, or a Mark 19 at people and they would just stare at you, pull out a shotgun or pistol, and they move with a purpose, lol. Sick, man. You're so cool. Like, dudes do this shit. Dudes post this type of shit, right? And it's like, you show no remorse for being a fucking ruthless war criminal. We all went to high school with a guy like this. Well, I mean, speak for yourself. I did not go to high school here, but absolutely spectacular stuff. Okay. Absolutely great stuff, man. That's cool. I hope your fucking communications degree that you got and the crippling PTSD was worth it. Your wife, your high school sweetheart, got fucked the entire time you were out there. And you saw a bunch of people die, a bunch of people that you loved die in the process. And now you can't even fucking go to the grocery store and purchase cereal without collapsing on the fucking cereal aisle. I hope it was worth it, though. You got a free comms degree. You know? Classic. The combat vets I met in college were all left-wing as fuck. Yes, of course. There are hella fucking left-flank vets out there. I also was fortunate enough to know many of them. Okay? Amazing people who recognize that this was horrifying and that they were surrounded by monstrous pieces of shit like this guy. Okay? Search his tweets for Divorce Lamau. It's awesome. Yeah. Jody was tearing up a new storm every fucking night while you were out there begging for a fucking pizza MRE. Okay? Begging the homies. Please, let me get the pizza one. I hate this one. This one's making me shit my fucking brains out. Yeah. She was using your salary to purchase Chick-fil-A after she got fucked. Okay? Thank you for your service, sir. Congratulations. The pizza one sucks, actually. I was thinking, what's the best one? Because I've done an MRE taste test, if you guys remember. I've tasted a bunch of them. Chili Mac, probably. Nothing touches, from what I understand, nothing touches the French MREs, by the way. You know what's fucking crazy? The French MREs are not even MREs. They are literally just like a decadent meal. And apparently, those who were deployed say that it would go for 5 American MREs. In substitution for 1 French MRE, you would need to give 5 American MREs. They're fancy as fuck. They got like blue cheese and shit. They got pate, bro. Foie gras. As an immigrant that fuck one of these assholes' girlfriends on the regular, I appreciate your gratitude for my service. Yes. All respect to the Jody, the real war fighters, okay? Fighting the real war. You're putting your life actually on the line when you have sex with a guy like this, the girlfriend of a guy like this. You are literally putting your life on the line. Not only are you doing the most honorable duty, but you're also genuinely in direct threat, because if he finds out, he's going to use these weapons on you. You know what I mean? Jody used his hat to get a veteran discount for the pizza, and he and his wife are eating to recover. French MREs are kind of mid. I actually prefer Sweden. Ew. No shot. What is this? Oh, this is popping off. Let me put the clip into context. Shotguns and pistols were used by the Saddam regime to execute people, so people respected them more than heavy weapons. That morning, we were in a rush, trying to make it to Victory Base Complex by 10:30 a.m. Why? Because the made-to-order omelet bar at DFAT closed at 10:30. So, you know, we were in a hurry. Thank you for the context, man. That definitely made you seem more like a fucking asshole. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine being like, yeah, dude, I wanted to fucking chow down on some omelet, so I was terrorizing an entire civilian population of a country that we invaded for literally no reason. You only post shit like this if you are fully aware of the fact that most people in supposedly civilized Western society also do not see the people that you were aiming your weapon at as human beings. That's it. We will never be able to recover. This guy's friends. Yeah, also, you know, there's also this. I suspect that this is like, I mean, like, what will it take for people to understand that the American government does not give a fuck about you? You know what I mean? This is what I try to stress to people. This is what I actively try to stress to motherfuckers who are like, because there's dudes right now in the military that are in my chat. Okay, there's massive Hasanabi heads currently in active military. There's Chapo heads in the military. It is always shocking. We talk to one another about this shit. We're like, what the fuck are these guys doing now? So, it's a job. It sucks. It's a job that requires you to go and like assassinate random people at the behest of the military industrial complex and numerous other capital interests that people have in the global south. But it blows my fucking mind that like people still think that this government gives a fuck about American civilians or that this government gives a fuck about the veterans. Okay? It's just so obvious. Like, this is so obvious. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at these fucking numbers, man. I mean, it stops after this point because there's just like, it's still going up. My brother was Air Force and died last year. Still have no idea why because the government just says COVID-related complications, whatever that means. That's the other side of it, too. I mean, look at Pat Tillman. Pat Tillman got buddy fucked straight up. Like, and the military lied about how he died. Okay? You do a couple back and forths as a famous NFL guy who goes into service, and then you do some back and forth mail correspondence with Noam Chomsky, and you start questioning why you're doing these violent things, and then all of a sudden you're just dead. You got murked. What is buddy fucked? It means like when you get team killed in the military. A blue falcon or a buddy fucker is when you're doing friendly fire. BF. Also, speaking of which, by the way, speaking of like U.S. military, fucking active duty, killed in action, veteran suicides, and all this other stuff, Seth Harp has a new book about JSOG and the Fort Bragg cartel. And also called getting fragged as well. In Vietnam, it was getting fragged because that was the most common way that people would just like kill their fucking superiors. Like they'd kill their officers and whatnot, drop a little grenade in the bathroom. Oops. That type of that's the speed that a lot of people were on back then. Obviously, different situation because, like, there was a draft then. But yeah, I gotta get Seth Harp on. I've listened to him on both TrueAnon and also on Chapo as well. Fantastic book. Can't recommend it enough. He's I think he was the guy who yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the guy who famously interviewed Brace when he was in Syria, when Brace was in Syria, and Seth was also in Syria. He was the one who interviewed him for Rolling Stone, doing the Piss Pig Granddad. The Piss Pig Granddad interview. So yeah, Fort Bragg is a legit sex trafficking operation that has gone basically unreported and left alone for years. Fort Bragg has a lot of stuff going on. It's always Fort Bragg. It is literally ground zero for all of the worst things that are happening in the American military. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, JSOC is basically America's like the Joint Special Operations Command. Seth Harp goes into great detail in his new book, Fort Bragg Cartel, and it's a great book. The Fort Bragg Cartel, drug trafficking and murder in the special forces. So like this is America's like Praetorian Guard. Yeah, this is America's like special forces assassination squadron. When you hear about someone being like a tier 1 operator, this is who they're talking about. People that work for JSOC, people that basically, I did blast off already. People that basically do like assassinations like Delta Force. The Green Berets are technically under it as well, but like they're tier 2 operators. But this is mostly just like different branches under Delta Force where they just like go in civilian gear most of the time and do kidnapping operations, and they do assassination operations as well. They also do a lot of drug trafficking. And they have trained the cartels. Specifically, I think, what is it? MS-13, like the original formation of MS-13 was directly trained by special forces. They also did a lot of heroin. Personally did a lot of heroin, but also literally did a lot of heroin trade in Afghanistan as well. It was a big part of, Los Zetas was famously trained by the special forces. And then I think, not MS-13. Why did I say MS-13? Sorry, MS-13 is not even in fucking Mexico. Sorry, MS-13 is another American invention, but that's El Salvador. I had a little brain fart there. So, like I said, the book is called, I gotta have him on, man. I gotta have him on. The book is called The Fort Bragg Cartel, Drug Trafficking and Murder in the Special Forces, by Seth Harp. He went in. He basically starts off by detailing the story of a dude, like a Delta Force guy and a Green Beret, who were besties, both from Fort Bragg, and their shared interest over consuming copious amounts of drugs and like a murder that takes place. And it's not the murder necessarily, but it's the cover up that comes afterwards. That piqued his interest into like diving further into why the American government actively lets these guys get away with whatever the fuck they want to do. And there's some heinous shit that they've done. You might also know a lot of these guys and their stories. Most of them are exaggerated. The ones that do speak out and do the podcast circuit are oftentimes like notorious fabulists and people who exaggerate claims. But there's like a real tier 1 operator culture that has exploded all around the country at this point. But can you explain how MS-13 is an American invention? Yes. El Salvadoran migrants were purposely kept out of participating in the normal economy, and as a consequence of that, they set up gangs. And then they were imprisoned. And then when they were in prison in California, they set up a prison gang called MS-13. And then the United States of America took all of those guys and shipped them back to El Salvador without telling the Salvadoran government that they were actually active criminals. This created a robust network between California, the United States of America, and also El Salvador, which these guys were able to, with the knowledge and the weapons that they were able to get from the United States of America, basically were able to take control over an entire country. America is such a violent nation that even criminals even our criminals can basically get together and like take over an entire fucking country. At least back in the day, it was like that. Anyway, that's a brief summarization. You should go into it further. You should look into it a little bit further as well. Okay, so we bust cartel members into another country. Don't we cry about that happening every day here? Yes. For the record, yes, that is exactly why there is an irony. You have to explain it further than just saying they were shipped from America back to El Salvador. What kind of chicken shit analysis is that? What do you mean? The American government took the Salvadoran migrant prisoners, and literally put them on a plane in civilian clothing and sent them to El Salvador without telling the Salvadoran government that they were actually fucking rugged criminals. That's what, it's not chicken shit analysis. It's what happened. I know it sounds stupid, but that's what happened. That's why I said you should explore it further. I don't want to dive into that currently today. There's a lot going on. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, it's not even analysis. It's just a description. It's a description of events that unfolded. So obviously we're going to be talking about Israel's final solution, final push into Gaza City and all that. As well today, obviously. I don't want to sound like a dumbass, but how do you find all this out? Like, what the hell? I've never heard that. I mean, I don't know. I read. I'm interested in things, I guess. And whenever people say like, oh, what book? There's not like one book, dude. It's many. Yeah, be a political engineer like me. Yes, Dropsite obviously has Hamas's ceasefire agreement. We'll be talking about that. Before I do that, though, here's Mark Ruffalo. The thing that's most upsetting about Jeffrey Schumer, Gillibrand, Buttigieg, Hochul, and Obama not endorsing Mamdani, who outperformed even Hochul and Adams in New York City, is just how unfair and shabby they treat our progressive family. We always go work for them. When Harris would not break with Biden on the Gaza genocide, we still backed her. Mamdani's asking for free bus rides, lower rents, and affordable food, and all these guys are withholding endorsements. It is incredibly disrespectful and unfair. That's what Mark says. Of course, maybe this is a moment of awakening for him to realize that it's because they hate us, sometimes even more than they hate the right. So, you know. It's because the left keeps liberals honest, or rather, the left shows the dishonesty of liberals and their lack of interest in their lack of interest in like actually following through on some of these policies that they claim to care about. What is this? Did you see this? Adam Friedland. Am I crazy for thinking he hasn't been on an ep yet? Just saw him now and he's on the same page as Ethan. Oh my God, that's awesome. Ethan, go on. Ethan should go on the Adam Friedland show. That would be fucking hilarious. All right. What is this clip? I love this song so much. Oh, this is from my not the last Chicago. I miss March, man. Where is he? March is dead, bro. I'm not moving to Chicago, but I do love Chicago. Chicago has stolen my heart.
I hate every version of Hassan's laugh. That's something I realized yesterday.
That's crazy to me.
That one was even worse than the last
The
one.
disrespect and the hatred I withstand on a daily basis is crazy.
Ew. You see this? I love Hassan's laugh. Everyone loves Hassan's laugh.
Fucking hell. You see that? Can't trust these ladies, man. You can't trust them.
Okay.
Did you hear it? It's hard to hear because these mics are on our mouths, but Connor laughed at his laugh. Do you hear it?
Anyway. That's obviously AI. Haters will say it's AI, but it's not. I know. There's the new Kamala. 107 days is my candidate personal account of the shortest presidential campaign in modern history. Over the next few months, I will travel our country to share behind the scenes moments and lessons learned and how we keep moving forward together. I'll see you there. I can't believe, dude. This morning I was listening to the New York Times Daily report on Laura Loomer. And it was a roller coaster of emotions for me because they just kept talking about Laura Loomer like she was a journalist, okay? And not a hateful monster who unfortunately is considered a legitimate advisor because of how devastatingly bad American politics is in our day and age, okay? And I could not. They just kept saying she was a journalist with a penchant for gotcha moments. I'm like, she's not a journalist, man. She tried to start an ISIS fan club in her college and got expelled for trying to start an ISIS fan club at her university. Like, that's not journalism. That's just like a diabolically Islamophobic psychopath. She's been banned off of every application for being so viciously Islamophobic. Like, she literally got banned off of Uber, Postmates, Uber Eats. She got banned off the goddamn weather app for being like, why are Muslims on my application? I don't want Muslims to be on the application. She's an insane person. Like, genuinely an insane person. And now she got Trump's ear. And she's like actually dictating policy. She went from chaining herself to the Twitter headquarters because she got banned off Twitter to literally commanding the Trump administration, having Marco Rubio's ear, telling Marco Rubio, cut out aid, cut out like this program that you have where like some of the children who are being exploded with our weapons are coming to the United States of America for medical care. You need to stop giving them the medical visas to come to the United States. Like and she got that. She got that wish across. She was able to convince Marco fucking Rubio to stop that program. Anyway. We are ruled by monsters. Why did I talk about Laura Loomer in the process of talking about Kamala Harris? Because one of the interesting moments there was like after she got banned off of every application and everyone was like, you're a fucking racist monster, please leave us. What did she do? She ran for office. Okay? Unsuccessfully twice. She ran for office unsuccessfully twice. That was enough for her to revitalize her media career and get into Trump's ear. And that's what I mean. I feel like people now run for office for clout, dude. Like, it's gotten to a point where people are just running for office for clout. Like, Kamala Harris right now, as one of the supposed leaders of the Democratic Party, she's supposed to be a voice, okay? She's supposed to be a voice for the people. She's supposed to be a voice for the counterbalance against growing fascism in this country. She literally was running for president. Okay? That's what it's supposed to be under normal circumstances. But she's not, and everyone knows she's not. And this kind of shit pisses me off because this very clearly shows that she's just trying to sell a book. She doesn't give a fuck about nothing, dude. Nothing at all. She's just trying to sell a book. She hasn't said a damn thing since Donald Trump won. And now she's going on tour to sell a fucking book. It blows my mind how transparent this is. Like, even when you're running for office, the highest office in the land, as the leader of the Democratic Party, you just discard this unique moment, this unique opportunity where you command the attention of tens of millions of people, and you just kind of throw that away and you don't do anything with it. You just have no ambitions whatsoever to change this country for the better. Oh my Lord. And it's crazy because, like, she's not even presenting herself as someone who even gives a shit. Like, she's not even trying to aesthetically make it seem as though she cares. All of these things show all of these movements, her lack of interest in saying something. And then on top of that, her the moments where she does say something at the best of selling a book shows me that she doesn't give a fuck about anything.
And now, it is my honor
to now announce Kamala Harris.
Hey, Billy! You've written a book in 107 days.
It's good to be home.
Shortest presidential campaign of all time.
Live from New York and Saturday.
What do you want people to take from the story that you have to tell of those 107 days?
Like, people should be treating Kamala Harris with disdain for having an opportunity to change the trajectory of a dying party as a relatively younger figurehead in a positive direction, to basically shed the dead weight. I know that was never going to happen, chatters, so don't yell at me for saying this. I'm simply explaining this from the position of, like, what kind of power she had here, what kind of a unique opportunity she had here. Okay.
Little jokes.
What?
That's
What is this?
Someone didn't just make a meme, they made an essay about you.
What is this? It's a 7-minute read?
I'm assuming this was a viral New York Times article or something. Mm-hmm. And,
All right.
That's crazy. Austin Show raid. Hey, Austin Show is raiding you with a party of 1,046. Thank you, Austin Show. Hope you had a good stream, brother. Wow. I feel like I'm back in 2019. Austin Show raid coming in hot. It's like we're watching Smosh. Austin Show raid coming in hot. And it's 8:21, baby. It's like, this is crazy. It's like we're back. It's back. Donald Trump is president again. We are literally living in the forgotten times, man. We're living in a separate time frame. It's nostalgia baiting, you know? So nice of Austin to help out a small streamer. Yep. 10K viewers who rated. Well, I got an answer for you. His name is Austin Show. But yeah, also announcement for you guys. Chad Vice happening this weekend with Vanilla Mace. That's right. Here you go. There you have it. It's happening. It's going on. We're back. We're so freaking back. Doing community census tomorrow. Lots of community stuff I need to do more of, obviously. I'm not nostalgia baiting. I'm just, like, bringing it back. We are freaking back. Baby. All right. In any case, we got all of that, and more. Gen Z men dating tactics. What is this? Okay. Hold up. Such a great edit from your Chicago streams. I clicked on that link. Hold on. I'm gonna look at it in a second. But this is definitely not from Chicago because I wasn't wearing this outfit in Chicago. Speaking of Chicago, well, I guess this is technically not Chicago, but Unfinished Legacy. Shouts out. Repping the merch today for the boys. Crash Dummies podcast. You already know. Yeah. You've been promising MSG streams for years, you liar. Oh, you mean Metal Gear Solid?
A Metal Gear Solid playthrough with a political analysis? Yeah, I would do that.
God damn, who is this babyface monster right here? Says provocateur gamer on the side here. Who is this guy, bro? Who is this guy? Antifa comic book in the background, still rage baiting. True voice reveal. Wearing the dustiest, nastiest hat of all time. You already know that babyface is a goddamn liar. Yeah, Crash Dummies podcast.
Wrong or right with your country?
You know, as a Jamaican, you can eat pussy.
So is that right or wrong with your country?
So because in Jamaica it's wrong.
Oh, so in like the Jamaican culture, the sexual culture, you guys don't do oral sex on women.
Yeah, we don't do it.
You don't live in Jamaica currently, do you?
Back and forth.
So when you come to America, do you eat pussy then?
Just only recently.
How was it?
She liked it, so I guess I liked it too. Yeah.
Have you thought about bringing it back to Jamaica? Like the eating pussy thing?
This man talking about he's like bringing spices back to
Yeah.
The great vagina trade.
Yeah, I did it to my girlfriend back home.
The timeline's not making sense. You got a girlfriend, but
No, he was training. He was training for his girlfriend.
He was trying to make himself right for his girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
No, I'm joking. She wasn't like asking like, where'd you learn to do this?
She did ask. I was like, I just want to experiment with you. So yeah.
So you lied to her.
Bend the truth.
That's a classic. That's a classic. Bend the truth. All right, bro. Anyway, yeah. As you can see, he's wearing the Crash Dummies or the unfinished Legacy shirt. But in any case, where were we? What were we talking about? Okay. Anniversary blast off. Don't worry, I got you. What else is going on in the world of Hasanabi Piker? This morning I played some ball. Won 2 games, lost 1. It is what it is. You know, I got some of that out of my system. Old man knees, you already know. I am on my diet front, on the dietary side of things. I feel like I'm just doing terrible, dude. I'm doing terrible. I thought by the end of the summer I'd be like in peak form again, just like I was last fall. Because last year in the fall, I hit like 220, like in my 220s. And now every day I'm like bouldering towards 240. It's terrifying. But, you know, it's just, it is what it is. All right. So